The Oxford business community is absolutely astounding as to its positivity, the way that there are so many creative and forward-thinking people who are, let's be honest, no one's becoming a millionaire over this. No one's making their fortunes doing this, but they're doing it for their communities. And they're really doing it for the right reasons, which is why it's such a joy to have set this business up and deal with so many wonderful people.
Get Radio Breakfast with Rich Smith.
Always love hearing about new businesses, always love hearing about local businesses as well. It's the reason we set up Get Radio those years ago. And my next guest is Jake Swinhoe from Velocity. Good morning, Jake.
Morning, Rich. Hi.
Hi. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Tell everyone a little bit about Velocity, because this is a brilliant idea, and I'm 100% positive that people would have seen you already in Oxford.
Well, that's fantastic. Certainly hope so. So we fully launched in March of this year, although we've been running trials since the previous November. And we're essentially a zero emission delivery company. So a courier service. We work with dozens of local traders, local businesses, and a few larger national setups. And we do what's in the industry termed last mile logistics. We get things to people's doors and to the end places on e-cargo bikes, and we've got a few electric vans as well.
It's such a brilliant and wonderful idea, and what better place than Oxford to do it? Because look, Oxford is attempting to become sort of zero emission and sort of getting there, and all of the things that are happening with limiting cars and what have you that we've been hearing about in the news and what have you. It's a brilliant idea to be a little bit more greener and conscious of that, even when doing things like ordering your Christmas presents this year.
Absolutely. I mean, the whole low traffic neighbourhoods, LTNs, and zero emission zones is highly contentious. So we just sit on the fence regarding that. We're obviously massively in favour of cleaner air, less pollution, and less congestion. And we're just trying to sort of play a part in maybe being part of the solution towards all of that. Maybe trying to change in a very small way, change the transport industry into something that can be sustainable and greener and more friendly for all of us.
Yeah, it's something that I think, given the option, if you had a tick box, everyone would actually want to make that choice and go, would you rather have things delivered to you by a petrol car, a diesel car, or would you rather have if it got there at the same time, it was in the same place, it was the same thing, it got delivered, would you rather have a greener option? Everyone would say yes.
I think that's right, and I think there's even been studies recently certainly amongst the younger population, and it's actually been suggested that they'd be happy to pay far more for that service, which isn't something that we're looking at. We're looking at we're equally as affordable as any other large national courier who uses diesel vans, and we're doing it on e-cargo bikes, which as I say, are far better for the environment and hopefully make for a far more pleasant experience for everyone involved.
Yeah, and you mentioned you've teamed up with lots of sort of local businesses in Oxfordshire, certainly around the Christmas rush, calling it now, we're sort of getting into. And just give a little mention to those if you've got them to hand, Jake. Well,
do you know what? I'd love to go through the full roll call, but then I'd probably get in trouble if I did miss any of them out. But it's the Oxford business community is absolutely astounding as to its positivity, the way that there are so many creative and forward-thinking people who are, let's be honest, no one's becoming a millionaire over this. No one's making their fortunes doing this, but they're doing it for their communities, and they're really doing it for the right reasons, which is why it's such a joy to have set this business up and deal with so many wonderful people. I'm sort of tempted to list them all. Summary, there's a fantastic local organisation called Independent Oxford, founded by a wonderful woman called Rosie Jacobs, that gets all these businesses together. Any local Oxford businesses that aren't part of this, I urge you to become part of it, because it's such a friendly, welcoming network. And just, we've met so many people through there, and just through all the local traders, be it coffee roasters, bakers, butchers, bakers, candlestick makers. That, you know, actually, I don't know if we've delivered any candlesticks as yet, but they're all such a fantastic bunch. It's a real pleasure to work with them.
Yeah, we know Rosie very well, and she is an utter legend for what she does with all the indies across Oxfordshire. And you've really summed it up as well, that the community spirit is so there. And it gets a bit more, I don't know, it gets a bit more warm and fuzzy as you get towards Christmas time as well. Sort of, like you say, just helping going a bit greener, but also helping out local businesses who are still the lifeblood of what goes on in Oxford and in Oxfordshire.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're dead right. There's that warm and fuzzy feeling that comes around. Some of it might be the mulled wine that's flowing everywhere. I'm not quite sure, but it is. It's wonderful, and we're actually hoping to have a Christmas party. We're going to wait until January, where we're going to invite all of our clients along, just to really celebrate what they've done. As everyone does really work so hard just to sort of keep everything going and to keep pushing things forward. And there are so many. I mean, it's difficult times for a lot of Oxford traders. It is for everyone nationally, but specifically in Oxford, with a lot of new developments, it's difficult times. But as I say, with a bit of forward thinking and a real sort of desire to succeed, there are so many businesses that are growing and that are really thriving, and it's wonderful to see.
No, it's lovely to hear, to be honest. Jake, it's been an absolute joy and a pleasure catching up with you, and you speak so passionately about those brilliant Oxfordshire businesses that we love and want to shine as many lights upon them as possible, because as I say, that's what makes up this great county, and we are so lucky that we've got so many fantastic ones in there. And like you say, Rosie doing a brilliant job of kind of pooling a lot of those indies together. Jake, where can we find out a little bit more about Velocity and kind of what you do, where you are, and what have you?
So at the moment, keep an eye out for the black bikes with the big V's on them, and go to our website. We are www.velocitycc.co.uk. That really, or just Google Velocity Cycle Couriers in Oxford. I did find out last night there is actually a mobile bicycle repair company in London called Velocity Cycling, and I was asked to fix the tyre of somebody in Uxbridge last night, which we couldn't help with. But please look for Velocity, or Velocity as some of our customers call us, Cycle Couriers. Head to the website, send us an email, any inquiries, we're happy to field them, we're happy to help out. Maybe we can find a new solution for somebody's distribution, or maybe we can just do things with a smile on our faces and help everyone's customers.
Well, that's a brilliant way to end our little conversation, Jake. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Best of luck. And I'm going to dish one of these out. I don't know if it's too early, but I feel like I'm going to do it. Have a Merry Christmas, Jake.
That's touching, Rich. Thank you very much. I'm begrudgingly going to wish you a Merry Christmas, but we're still in November, so I know. I went early,
didn't I? I went too early. It was my first one of the year, and I got swept up. I got swept up in it. There we go. I'll retract it. Jake, really great to catch up with you. Make sure you check out Velocity on the website, as he says.